Little Miss Sunshine, Harry S. Truman, and Alice in Wonderland are all on this day. Welcome back to On This Day. Today's date is July 26th. It is the 207th day of the year. We got 158 days left. It is the 30th Monday in the 31st week and the 36th day of summer. We got 58 days until fall. If today's your birthday, your birthstone is a ruby or an onyx. Today is National All or Nothing Day. National All or Nothing Day is celebrated every July 26th to encourage people to give their all in every task or dream they embark on. This can either be a sport, an assignment, a friendship, or even a CrossFit workout. They say the key to this is to break the limit your mind has set and allow yourself to take risks. I guess we should take risks today, everyone. All right, let's see what else July 26th has given us. 1908, the United States Attorney General Charles Joseph Bonaparte issues an order to immediately staff the office of the Chief Examiner. Later, they have a rebranding and decide to call themselves the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI. 1946, Aloha Airlines begins service from Honolulu International Airport. It ceased operations in 2008, but that's not the exciting part. This was the airline that had a big part of the roof blown off and it still landed. I'm not talking a small portion of the roof, like 4 rows from the side all the way over the top to the side. Look at this picture. It's insane. They still landed. So this is the story. On April 28, 1988, Aloha Airlines Flight 243, a Boeing 737, was flying between Hilo, Hawaii and Honolulu, and it suffered an explosive decompression in flight that removed a large portion of the roof. This flight is like a cautionary tale, and it's why they tell you to this day, if you're seated, no matter what the conditions are, keep your seatbelt on. And this is why. All the passengers survived because they were belted in their seats. They had one fatality, a senior flight attendant, Clarabelle Lansing. She was the sole fatality when she was blown out of the plane. Her remains were never found. As you can imagine, there were a ton of investigations, and the main investigation concluded that the accident was caused by metal fatigue. It didn't take long for them to make a made-for-TV movie called Miracle Landing in 1990, and it was based on the accident. To this day, that is the most catastrophic failure of an airplane that actually went on to land, and people survived. Just recently, I think in 2018, a flight out of New York, engine blew up and a piece of shrapnel went through one of the windows and caused an explosive decompression, which blew out a window and sucked a woman halfway out of the plane. Sadly, she passed away, but luckily she was the only fatality of that flight. They safely landed in Philadelphia. But that's why you keep your seatbelt on. I think the lady on the Southwest flight in 2018, I think she probably had her seatbelt on, but it was right next to her. The window exploded and sucked her out, and I'm sure, I don't know what happened to her as far as what killed her, but I'm sure it had something to do with neck or head trauma. They were able to pull her back in. 1947, U.S. President Harry S. Truman signs the National Security Act of 1947 into the United States law, creating the Central Intelligence Agency, the United States Department of Defense, the United States Air Force, the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and the United States National Security Council. Actually, the U.S. Department of Defense is the largest employer in the world. They currently have 732,000 civilian employees, 1.3 million active duty military, 826,000 National Guard, which gives them a total of 2.8 million employees. I was one of them for a very long time, paid a lot of my bills, and gave me a bad back, bad knees, bad hip, you know, the usual. 1948, Harry S. Truman, he was busy. U.S. President Harry S. Truman signs Executive Order 9981 desegregating the military of the United States. Now, the old sergeants I had when I first went in, we were actually talking about this one time, and they were saying that the military on paper was desegregated in 1948, but really it was until the late 60s it was still segregated. 1951, Walt Disney's 13th animated film Alice in Wonderland premieres in London, England. 1971, the Apollo program, the launch of Apollo 15. It's the first Apollo J mission, as they called it, and it was the first to use the lunar roving vehicle. 1989, a federal grand jury indicts Cornell University student Robert T. Morris Jr. for releasing the Morris worm, thus becoming the first person to be prosecuted under the 1986 Computer Fraud and Abuse Act. It's basically what you get charged with if you're ever caught putting out a virus into the internet. 2016, Hillary Clinton becomes the first female nominee for President of the United States by a major political party at the Democratic National Convention in Philadelphia. Movies released on July 26, 2006, Little Miss Sunshine, one of the best movies I've ever seen. Now, if you ever get a chance to watch this and you haven't, stay till the end. It might be a little boring at times. It's good acting and a good storyline, but the payoff at the end is so worth it. I won't tell you what it is because it'll ruin it for you. Just watch this movie. It is so funny at the end. And if anyone ever tries to tell you what happens at the end until you see it, just do that thing where you put your hands over your ears and go la 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 so you can't hear, because it's totally worth it. But you gotta watch the build up. Never just watch the movie and then go to the end to see what the payoff was. Watch the whole build up, and that just so great. Born on July 26, 1959, Kevin Spacey, American actor and director. He gained critical acclaim in the 1990s with the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for the movie The Usual Suspects. That was such a good movie. He's kind of disappeared. He was accused of being, I don't know, sexually aggressive and a couple other things, and he kind of just disappeared. He's still alive and all that. He's just not doing movies, TV, anything. Kind of hiding out. And that's been about 4 years since that all happened. Died on July 26, 2020, Olivia de Havilland, American actress. The major works of her cinematic career spanned from 1935 to 1988. She appeared in 49 films and was one of the leading actors of her time. She died at the age of 104 due to natural causes. I hope it's natural causes. I'd hate to think she had a drug overdose at that age. All right, that's today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you got some information out of it. Now go out, be productive, and be nice to each other.